until it's applied. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Again, if you're new and just jumped in, because I saw several people did join us, let me know in the chat box that you do see the chat box, because I customize everything that I do here. Of course, do know that this recording is going to be available to everyone that is here and that attended. I am customizing the session for you, so no two sessions of mine are ever alike. But do know that for the very in-depth questions, I save those to the end. So if it takes longer than a sentence to write your question, then more than likely that'll take me a minute to read. And the experience for you is just looking at the top of my head while I'm reading. I will save those to the end, and I will turn off the recording then, because number one, it's the benefit for those of you who are here. You're the ones who get to see this. And number two is that I do want to preserve your confidentiality and your privacy. Okay? Deal, everybody? Hello, Paula. I see you here. Chastity, I see you here as well. I can see it. Perfect. Paula, I'm glad you can see it too. Four Oaks Medicare in Austin. So Austin's in the house represented. So we've got Dallas, Broken Bow, Fort Worth, and Austin in the house. Let me see what's there. And Wimberley. Wonderful, wonderful representation. So glad everybody is here, making sure that they have the opportunity to ask questions in that chat box. We're going to be talking today about how you can grow your business with video. I mean, video is it, right? How many videos have you seen today? Understand, on average, I just read this report, really, right before I jumped in here, I read this report, and 149 minutes a day. 149 minutes a day is how much people on average are watching video. Are you there, and do you have a strategy there for your business? So if you want a copy of today's slides, the recording, so the replay of it, and the handout, you just need to go to this link right here. There we go. You can snap that QR code, or if you want to take a quick screen grab so you can go to that URL. Right now, it is just the handout that's there, but later on, late this evening, so give me till early in the morning, but there will be the replay, and the slides will be that I actually used for this event. Everything will be there, okay? And I do customize everything that I do, so feel free to access that, and this is your time now to sit and ask questions as we talk about what people are doing and how this can be an important part of your strategy. So we know that 2 billion people access YouTube monthly, and 1 billion hours. Just let that soak in. 1 billion hours of video a day. So 149 minutes on average, but 1 billion hours of video. It is the big dog. So yes, I've heard a lot about TikTok, and I truly am a fan of any way you can get found on search. I am tool agnostic. Even though I'm here speaking for Google, I am realistic in the marketing that I do, that not everybody utilizes every single piece of Google, and they get their information from a lot of different places. Do know that on average, TikTok will get 1 million, 15 to 15 million views a day. YouTube, 1 billion. So it's still the big dog. All right. And the big thing I like about YouTube is this: it is evergreen. You can stay on there and last there forever. It is not time sensitive at all. Plus, not everybody's on all the socials. You know, not everybody's on TikTok. Not everybody's on Instagram Reels and Stories. But we do know that when people want to know, go, do, or buy, they go to YouTube first. It also shows search results in the first page of an organic Google search. So not just in YouTube search, but in Google search in general, which gives you great visibility. And that only 9% of small businesses actually have a YouTube strategy. So consider yourself that you're taking that step above right now if you can implement what you're learning today. Also, people discover things when they go to YouTube. You know, just like when sometimes people go to Amazon and they go in with one intent that they're going to buy one brand, but they discover things and they can quickly make the switch. In fact, 85% will make a switch to another brand that they go into Amazon. It's part of people's strategy and being in Amazon, as they are hoping they can get some visibility from their competitor. Well, there's a lot of discovery that happens in YouTube too. Plus, if they see engagement, if they feel like people are getting heard, listened to, they see a lot of user-generated content, maybe in YouTube Shorts, they have that opportunity then to even delve further. And as I said, it is a great place to repurpose what you're doing. Why should a TikTok video just live on TikTok? Why is it not a YouTube short too and reaching the masses? Instead of you creating new content, why aren't you curating the content that you create? So today we're going to be talking about how you can create your YouTube channel, how you can also add videos to that channel. And I'll really talk about not just YouTube, but YouTube and beyond. I will touch a smidgen on video ads, just a smidgen, because I'll talk to you about some of the free things that you can do with video ads. But I don't like to focus on the for-fee stuff until you've absolutely maxed out the free stuff. And there's a lot of free stuff that most people do not know about. In fact, sometimes people are paying for a service or something that is absolutely free. They don't realize it's available free. And then as I end everything, I always provide recaps and resources to take what you've learned and apply it immediately. All right. So again, if you're new in here, just find that chat box, because I do customize everything that I do. Okay. And this is really your time today. So we'll talk about how you can create a YouTube channel. Let me know in the chat box. So it's the chat box, not the question box, but the chat box. Let me know if you already have a YouTube channel. I'd love to know. And if you want to drop that link there, I am going to save this chat and take a look at that later this evening and subscribe and follow to you guys. So you've got one subscriber here. If you have one, just drop it there. All right, Paula, I'd love to see the link. So if you don't have one, you do need to set one up as far as signing into YouTube. You could go to youtube.com, click sign in here. Now, if you do have a Google account, understand a free personal Gmail account is a Google account. If you have a Google account, all you need to do is sign in here. It will see the credentials and you'll be able to start utilizing and creating an actual channel. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. I'm so glad you put that there. I can search that out, but if you've got a link to your channel, I'm glad to see that too. The same with you, Paula. So as you create a channel, this is what you'll do. When you're signed in already, either through your free personal Gmail or Google account, or you create an account, you will be given the opportunity to create a channel. Do understand that in Google, we give you several options and opportunities to be able to find how to do things. So here you'll see this in the drop-down menu. When you click on this little icon here in the top right-hand corner, you'll see it kind of it's grayed out right here because we want to showcase this, but it's right up there, and it's usually either a picture of you or the first initial of your name if you've not customized your profile picture. Oh, perfect. Stephanie dropped hers too. I'm looking forward to checking out DISD's MWBE YouTube channel. So thank you, Stephanie. And then, of course, it will also pop up here. If you've not created a channel, it gives you the opportunity here to create a channel. Now, once you're doing this, you're creating your channel, you're going to customize this. This is really important, and this is where you can make it unique and optimize your channel. So you're talking about optimizing search engine optimization. YouTube is a search engine. It's the #2 search engine in the world and the #2 social network behind Instagram, and Facebook is a social network, and the #1 video platform, okay? With TikTok hot on its heels. We know it's hot on its heels. So as you customize your channel, you're going to look at your branding, because understand brand consistency builds trust, and people have to have that trust, or if they don't feel that you're credible, they are not going to do what you want them to do. Now, I'm going to call it a conversion because I do come from a strong e-commerce background, so I'll call it conversion. But understand that the definition of a conversion is a success action that you want them to take. It's your call to action, be it download a PDF, leave their email address, watch a video, listen to something, whatever that is. That's your success action. That's a conversion. So in order for there to be conversion, people have to have know, like, and trust with you and realize that you're a credible source. Well, if you don't brand consistently, which means that maybe you have one photo for your Instagram profile and another for TikTok and a whole other one, and you're using your name here, and maybe in your Twitter account, you're using your business name, and on LinkedIn, you have another version of your name. Now it looks inconsistent and looks very much like side hustles and gigs, as opposed to somebody who's truly focused and professional and an expert in developing what we do. And it doesn't matter the budget that any of us have. We all want to deal with experts. Doesn't matter. Okay, so we want to be able to position ourselves as an expert, and part of that is looking for consistent branding. So this isn't just for your YouTube channel. Look at all your online presence and properties. Are you consistent in your branding? Is there recognition there? So as you're customizing your channel, you're going to use what's known as YouTube Studio. You'll see it there in the drop-down menu that you can use YouTube Studio, or it will present itself like this as you're building out your actual channel. Once you do that, let's go ahead and customize this in. Now, those of you who have channels, do not fall asleep during this because I'm going to teach you how to optimize it. So I just want to make sure everybody has the right steps, because there are several here who did not say that they had a channel, or they're just being super quiet and not using the chat box. Not sure, but I did not want to overlook them. So as you customize your channel, there is a default layout. Let's not use that, okay? Because we are not like everybody else. We're not a commodity. Nobody buys a commodity because they're unique. They buy a commodity on price. And now all of a sudden you're in this price competition. Let's rise above that and really showcase our superpower and what makes us unique. So what you can do is, if you look at your layout here, you will see there is some standard format that you can customize. One is the video spotlight. You have a chance to actually feature a trailer video. So a trailer video is just like it sounds. It's a trailer, like a movie trailer. It gives you a preview. This is what needs to be public facing to people who have not subscribed with your channel yet. This entices them. This lets them know this is the benefit that you get. This is what we do. This is the expectation. All of that can be placed there in that trailer. But many people don't use that. They use the featured video, which is something that shows up after somebody subscribes, but they don't use the trailer. And you actually have to use two. The more horses we have in that race for visibility, the more opportunity we have to earn somebody's business and to be able to position our credibility and what makes us so unique. So use the channel trailer. You just click add that in, select a video that really does entice and bring in people who don't know who you are. Really think about your customer, not you. You know yourself, you know your industry speak. Think about the person who is searching for your product, service, or solution. Now you can also then bring in a featured video for those who are subscribed. Let them know what to expect. Do you put a new video out every Friday? What are some of the things that you are expecting? Do you do YouTube lives? Do you also stream into other places? So it's all coming in here. So this could be the place they choose, or they could choose another platform to see you streaming live. What is it that you're doing? You can explain those in your featured video, or maybe you want to highlight something that you're offering or something you're showcasing in your business or even learning right now. So you might want to feature that. Then you'll see sections here. By default, those sections will show up like the default of what you just uploaded last. So recently uploaded. But this is something you can totally customize, and you need to, in order to make it easy for the search engine to find you. If you think of Googlebot like a person, if you can present it and Googlebot can see you and show it up in YouTube search and Google search, now you have more visibility. So you do want to address and be relevant to what people are searching, because it's so important for you to show up in the first 10 searches of an organic search or even in YouTube search. So how you're laying this out will determine that. You can actually come up with what's known as playlists underneath, and those are kind of like bookshelves where you put certain book topics together that are organized underneath your video. And it's important to do that because it makes your actual YouTube channel more search friendly, search optimized, and it makes it easier for a person to consume that information, to see if this is someplace that they actually want to subscribe. So remember what I said about branding, that consistency is important. There's a reason when we're running down the road, when we see the golden arches, we know exactly what that means. For you, do you have that consistency of photo, of icons, as far as graphic, of colors, even font? Are you being consistent? Because that builds trust. It's really easy to put up a site now that's a phishing site just looking for information. So people are looking for trustworthy businesses that they see that consistency in, and that's what builds it. We also know that you can put a banner image here. What's nice is that it adjusts for everything. You know, people go here first to our 4.5-inch screen first. In fact, I was in an Amazon meeting and they were talking about the fact that they build out for mobile first and later for desktop, because desktop is just gravy, mobile is where it's at. So for you, everything that you're doing, what's nice is with all these video platforms, they are definitely mobile responsive and mobile friendly. Now look at your custom information. This is important because this is your description. This is where you talk about what it is you do. Your unique superpower, boy, I tried to say that too fast, unique superpower, and exactly what benefits you provide people. So you really need to think about it. What is it that somebody gets from doing business with you or from interacting with you? You are responsible for becoming an expert on your customer. This is so important. If you don't know the words that they use, then you're not going to match. And understand that part of Google's secret sauce, our algorithm on what shows up high in YouTube search and in a Google search, has to do with relevancy. It's a 3-part formula, and number 1 is relevancy. How well do you match to what somebody's looking for? So if you are a dentist and you say, we take care of pediatric dentistry, but your customers are actually looking for who can straighten my teenager's teeth, that doesn't match. Googlebot does not see that match. You need to match, and this is where you can do it right here in the description. A lot of times we are experts in our business, so we use industry speak. That's not how people search. You need to be an expert on your customer. Find out what they use. Read their reviews that they left for you. They tell you in there the words they use and what matters most to them. If you don't have any customers, read your competitors' reviews. They use their own words, let you know what they really love and what they really want. And they also let you know where your competitors may be missing it, and it could be a sweet spot for you. Use those words here in the description to help you match up when somebody's searching and they want to know go, do, or buy. You can also put channel links here. This is really important, but let me tell you an expert tip. A lot of people just put in their website and leave it alone, and understand there's a little text right before here that says website that you can change. So yes, we know it's a website. We don't want to sit there and know website. Maybe you help people get found. So that's what you put in that little, instead of website, say help people get found. It helps with more words, more text that Googlebot can read, and it helps a person who's trying to make a decision on where they want to spend their time and their attention. Now, you do have the opportunity to customize this channel URL. Understand that YouTube rolled out with that about 2 months ago, where you can have a custom handle. So that's nice, because it used to be before that you had to have a certain amount of subscribers before you could have a custom handle. And now you're going to customize it. See, you've got this banner image. So you see the DIY creators guy, he is the same across all of his platforms. You recognize the face and the yellow, the golden yellow tone that he uses, right? The only thing I would change up here is, see how he says DIY creators website? I would change that to say something like, make it yourself. Want to make it yourself, something like that. So I'm getting a little bit of some of what, if somebody is saying and searching in Google saying, I want to make it myself and figure out how, then that's a great way for you to get to be seen, a little bit more visibility. Of course, he's got his social icons here, his profile picture, nice and consistent across all platforms, and he's using a video spotlight. He used the trailer. Once you subscribe, then you see the video spotlight. So absolutely use both of those tools to your advantage. And see how he organized his channel now? He didn't just go with the default, which is recently uploaded. What he did is he put all of his videos together that have to go with DIY build and furniture. That is a great way for you to do that. Now, a little SEO hint there too. If you really want this to show up even higher in search, he would put DIY build and furniture 2023. He would showcase that, because Google is going to organize where you actually show up in search by what is the most relevant new information that is there. So if you want to put that, and he might even, let's say his build out or his furniture or material that he's doing, maybe his classes are all local. Let's say he's in the Midland, Odessa area where I'm at the base of the Panhandle. You either know me by Jessica's in the Well or Friday Night Lights. So I might put DIY Midland build and furniture Midland, Texas, or DIY build and furniture Permian Basin, because this is all known as the Permian Basin area, to get a little bit more SEO juice from this as Google and people are searching here. Then you can put a playlist together of all of the videos that actually align with this, which is nice. It makes it easy for them to consume the next video in your series, really positions that you anticipate and you know what your customers need and some of the pitfalls even that they may run into. So not only are you a provider, but you could be a great trusted advisor too, which is a great way to elevate your credibility. And then you can develop all sorts of playlists underneath there and include all your videos organized, or even other people's videos from their channels if you'd like to do that too. Any questions on that section? Okay, let me know if you have any questions, and thank you to everybody who shared your link, because I'm going to be looking for the consistent branding, the use of your description, whether or not you customized your website links there, as well as trailer, featured video, and did you organize your playlist? and optimize those. So that's one of the things I'll be looking at. So drop that in. I'd love to give you some feedback on that. I'm not charging you for that, so I'm happy to do that just because it floats my boat. I really like to see what people do and how creative you get. All right. Now let's talk about adding videos to your channel. But feel free to ask any questions, okay? When you are creating video, there is a decision that you need to make, no matter what the platform is. Do you want to go high tech, really high production value? Some people want that because they're going to use the video in Amazon Video to sell their product. They really want to address some of the questions about how you can assemble this, or is it easy and able to fit into the space? So they really put some pro video towards that. Or they're actually positioning themselves as an expert, maybe even employer brand, and they put high quality video there. But some people know that and are happy with that there's a whole production studio right here in this little device that they can do everything from right here, and it's instant and it's raw, but it's authentic, and people want that quickness and authenticity. Thank you, Paula, for putting your link there. I look forward to seeing your channel. So as you take a look at this, what one makes sense for you for the video that you're putting out? The high production value, the immediacy, the rawness, and the authenticity of the actual immediate video that can happen from your phone. But before you do any of those, once you make that decision and before you actually film, you need to know what is the story that you want to tell. What will move them through awareness, consideration, conversion, and loyalty. That's known as the marketing funnel. That's the basic marketing funnel. Awareness, consideration, conversion, which means they do the success action that you want them to do. Click here, buy now, learn more, download, loyalty. Okay. So what is this video supposed to do? At the end of the day, what does success look like, feel like, and sound like that this video does for your business? And how does it actually tie into your overall business goals? What story is it that you want to tell? What is the purpose of that story? And who's the star? Is it you? Is it a team member? Is it a customer? Is it an item, a product that's actually the actual hero of that story? What is the focus of that video? Now, as we look at video, there are different kinds of story types. There's the business story, which is recommended anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds. That's you telling your business story, who you are, and what you do. Now, adjustment or edit on that business story that I like to use is actually the hero journey. I prefer that much better because I think it tells your business story as well as really positions in your customer's mind how you can help them. How do you benefit them? Remember, if you think of all of your viewers have WIIFM tattooed on their head, what's in it for me? That's what we have to address. So think about that. If I were just to tell my business story, let's say I was an insurance agent, property and casualty insurance agent, and I said, hey, I'm Elena Duron. I'm a property and casualty insurance agent, and I can help you insure your home or your second home, your vacation home, your play things like your RV, maybe even your off-roading vehicles, your car, your motorbike. I can help you with that. If anything happens, I'm there for you. I can know exactly what the amount is and be able to help you if anything's ever damaged or lost. I'm the person to call, Maria Elena Duron, 555-1212. That's a lot of times what we hear people say, not just on video. We hear it when we're at networking events, right? Over and over, but sometimes it's not even that short. Sometimes it can go forever long. That's the challenge with being experts at what we do. We need to take what's here and dwindle that down and really distill that and focus it on what matters most. What's the benefit to the customer? So for you, I'm going to ask you to think about this story instead. Hi, my name is Maria Elena Duron. When I was 8 years old, my father was an insurance agent, and we had a family come knock at the door at dinner time. They came because they wanted to thank my father for insuring their house and their property. You see, they just had a devastating fire earlier that day. They had not lost any lives, but they said had they not had that, they wouldn't have the peace of mind that they needed to be able to go forward with what they needed to do. And they wanted to thank my father for that. It was at that moment that I knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people when they needed somebody the most to be able to do all that for them. And that's what I do as a property casualty insurance agent. I'm Maria Elena Duron, 555-1212. Okay? Think about that a moment. Think about the feeling that comes in. You know, facts tell, but stories, they're what sell. And that is what's known as the 5-year-old hero journey storyline. Okay. Once upon a time, suddenly, luckily, happily ever after. Okay. That's what it is. So once upon a time, said it in my head. My name's Maria Elena Duron. I was 8 years old. There was a knock on the door. You see, with adults, we never want to tell them, hey, I'm going to tell you a story, because just right away, the Z's come. We fall asleep. As adults, we don't want to hear stories, even though we know the first thing kiddos ask for whenever it's time to go to bed, they want a story. Tell me a story. They love asking for stories. We are built for stories. So just drop them into the action. I was 8 years old. There was a knock on the door. Okay. So once upon a time, I was 8 years old. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. Once upon a time, suddenly. Luckily, this family, this is what happened to him. My father fixed that for them, and he was able to give them peace of mind. Happily ever after, I became this, that became my mission and what I wanted to do. So for you, once upon a time, suddenly, luckily, happily ever after, you can now keep your story very focused and succinct to being of interest to the people listening. All right, and really showcasing what your business does without just doing a laundry list of features. You can also do a product or service story, really going into the benefits of a product. So let's say you're specifically going to be talking about a product. Now, if you want to, the product can be the hero, and you can take them through the once upon a time, suddenly, luckily, happily ever after, with a product story. Or you could just tell the story that you want to hear and showcase the actual product. Understand unboxing. 4 out of 5 videos that are actually seen on YouTube are unboxing videos, and they are because people don't want to make a mistake. We are seeing and touching things visually, so we don't get to actually feel and touch it. This is our best due diligence in looking at these videos. Or it could be a promotional story. It could be that you just want to share that you're having this great deal, this great offer, maybe this great event. So you truly are focused in that and wanting to bring attention to that. So the showcase is there. But those are the stories that you could be focused on. Here's what's important to remember in a story. You've got 5 to 15 seconds to capture adult attention. And that's even long. I say 5 seconds because I know if a website doesn't load, an e-commerce website doesn't load in 1.8 seconds, you lose people. So that's how important it is to really capture them. So you need to know, what's your message? Who's the star? What does success look like once they complete that video? What do you want them to do? Know all of those things. And how do you want to make them feel after seeing that video? Do you want them to feel excited, encouraged, inspired, motivated, or scared, cautious, deep breaths, a little hesitant, fearful, or focused to educate and train themselves because they're realizing they're missing something? How is it that you want to make them feel? And do have a call to action afterwards. In any given day, we actually are inundated with a little bit over 12,600 messages. And it's hard for us to remember what to do next because we could be watching a great video thinking, that's it, I'm in it, I want this. And then all of a sudden, we get a ping on Slack or on our phone, and we've got to do something else, and we come back and we forget what it is we want to do. So it's important for us to craft that good call to action and make it easy for them to move along that process. So you can produce it several ways. You can just do it by selfie. You can have a backdrop there. You can use the Zoom backdrop. Again, sometimes that can get a little bit wonky, like with somebody like me with black hair, that can get a little bit crazy. Sometimes I look just bald when I take that away. But understand that you need to see what that looks like. It could be a voiceover. If you don't want to be on camera, you might want to show what's happening on your screen, or show what you're actually working on, or what's out there, what's happening with your business. Give some good visual representation. So you do a voiceover. It could be a top down. So I'm looking like this, down, giving that point of view, point and shoot. It could be an action. Just with text, you see that happening too, because if you utilize Instagram, I like to utilize that a lot in putting my videos together. And I just love using the automated captions because it's just nice and easy, a lot faster. Or even animation, where something's flying in or out, or words are flashing in front of you. There are some great tips. Look at the bottom left-hand corner if you want to screenshot this, because I won't give the slides till later tonight or the morning at the latest. But that way you can start working on this. Maybe this is what you want to add to your to-do list. Okay. So tips for shooting video. Look behind you. Y'all, we've worked together long enough now on video calls that we have all seen spouses, cats running around, unmade beds, people walking out of rooms that they weren't expecting to get on a video. and some things we can't unsee, right? So understand we got to look behind us and really know what space the camera is capturing. This is really important because this is a part of your branding. Lighting also, think about lighting. So I happen to be home based right now because, you know, we're still, this is the way that we do it here with Google, and understand that I've got two Lume cubes here that are portable that actually attach to my laptop, but I've got two Lume cubes giving me some light because I happen to be in the corner of the room. I can be way over there where the window is, but the problem is if I'm by the window, and natural light is the best, but if I'm by the window, then I'm away from everything that I need, especially the Ethernet cord to make sure that these webinars are not getting laggy at all by Wi-Fi. But sound is most important. We can be very forgiving of seeing something in the background. We can also be very forgiving of the dark shaded shadow looks in the back that your light behind you is all bright and we can't see who you are. We're all forgiving of that, but we are not forgiving of sound. If we cannot hear you, if it's crunchy, clicking, fade in and out, we are not forgiving of that at all. So it's really important. I told you I live in rural West Texas. As I'm shooting something and there's wind blowing or a ceiling fan in it's summertime, I actually have an external mic that I attach here right to the collar of my actual t-shirt, because if I don't, all you're going to hear is the whooshing, and nobody wants to hear that because it makes it really difficult and a strain for them to hear what I'm saying. Think about your sound. What does that come across like? And if you don't know it, YouTube actually has a free audio library of sounds that you can use. So I know a lot of times people want to download something from Instagram, but you can't with the sound because there's a copyright thing going on. But you can go into YouTube's audio library and use anything like that. So it's always updated, and know that this is free. Just use that, and now you have some good audios to be able to pull from. Okay? How many of you knew that about the audio library, by the way? Let me know in the chat box. Now, adding videos to your channel, what you're going to do is hit create up here, or you can do right here to select files. You can upload, or you can go live. One of the two. Understand, you can go live from a new YouTube channel instantly. You can go live from your desktop instantly. But well, I say instantly. Let me rephrase that. Give yourself 24 hours to enable that function to go live. So 24 hours before you plan to go live instantly, you need to enable that. Now, once you've enabled that, you can go from your desktop instantly once that's been enabled. You just need to do that one time. It's just letting YouTube know, hey, I want to go live. If you want to use your mobile device to do that, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so that might be goal one. I'm going to get 1,000 subscribers, because when I'm on the San Diego Comic-Con floor, I don't want to be running around with my desktop and laptop at all. I want this device. So I absolutely was focused on 1,000 subscribers in order to be able to do that. That might be your first order of business. Oh, you did? Okay. I'm glad you now know about the audio library. That's perfect. Now, as you look here, you get a chance to see after you upload, look at the headline. Are you matching what people are looking for? Okay, remember, this is going to work for all platforms. You have to use words that will match with whatever search algorithm, no matter the platform. And you also have a chance to choose a thumbnail, and the thumbnail makes a big difference. I see a lot of people trying to cram a lot of information in a little bitty thumbnail. That's what it is, a thumbnail. So a lot of times it's just photo and a couple of keywords to bring them in. Okay. Oh, perfect. Michelle, is that your YouTube channel handle? I just wanted to know because I saw you drop that into the chat. Perfect. So I need 1,000 people before I can have the option to go live on a mobile. Desktop. For both mobile and desktop, you need to enable it first. So go into YouTube and say enable lives. It takes about 24 hours for that approval to happen. Once that approval happens, now you can go live instantly from your desktop. Anytime, doesn't matter. No subscribers, you can still do it. But in order to go live from a mobile, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. I've heard that's changing, but nothing I can officially announce yet. So just let you know that that might be what you really focus on, okay? Now, with the video elements, you have the opportunity to add subtitles. This is really important because 64% of us are watching videos and things on our phone with sound off. So in order for them to be enticed to come in, we are definitely going to have to do something by putting some information out there that they can read to say, oh, I should save this or watch this or even turn on the volume because I want to see this. So on the majority side, we do not have volume on. You can also add an end screen. So this is, instead of just going with the suggested videos from YouTube, those will come up. But if you have an end screen, you can say, hey, this is my next video in the series, or this is next in the playlist, or watch this next. Now they can just click there and continually stay in your channel instead of potentially having a competitor's video actually offered there. And you can add cards. Cards are where there are pop-ups during your video that show like a link or something that you really want to focus on and give them the opportunity to see that. So you can add those, but those are optional. You don't have to do that. Once you do that, you're going to click next. And now it's going to check for copyright, because you know that copyright is very important. You won't be able to monetize if you're wanting to make money on any of your videos that you actually show up there. You won't be able to monetize those unless there's copyright already passed. You may not even be able to play some of the things like actual audio if that's already passed. You can still move forward while that's being checked and then just wait and get notified about that. Sometimes it's fast, slow. It just really depends on how many uploads are happening that day. All right. Now you can upload it instantly or you can schedule it. Sometimes you might want to schedule it so you can keep that consistent scheduling that you talked about in your actual subscriber featured video. You can also make it private. What that means is if it's a private video that only the people on their email address, so the email address that you put there have access to it, can actually have access to it. Sometimes this is confusing. So my mom is involved in a group. They do a lot of videos, but it's private videos. So they send it to her Gmail account. Problem is Gmail accounts are easy to get. So mom has two. And I will inevitably get a text saying, I don't know how to access this. And she's in and accessed it through the wrong Gmail account, not the one they sent it through. It does need to have the actual email address that it's being sent to, and that person has to be logged into the right account. So all of that has to occur to be able to see a private video. If you want to keep an enlisted video, which is what I normally recommend, because now they don't have to be logged into their actual Google account, because many people are looking at their phone and they may not have their Google account on their phone. Now what you can do is they can still see it, you can show it, but it's fairly private, because if you've ever seen the URL, so that's the address of an actual unlisted video, it's eons long, a whole bunch of gibberish. So it's not something that somebody can easily find. See here, so public means that it's instantly there. And for most of us in small business, it needs to be public. Now you also, as you're putting this together, will have the option of whether or not this is directed for small children. Unless you're just selling something that the small child is going to be the decision maker, I would not enable this, because what happens is if it is for small children, young children, now you're going to go through a whole other process that's not going to even be the easiest thing, because we're very limiting on what can be shown and added to in a channel for young children specifically. So just think about that. Where are you? I can't find the page under my settings. So the page that I'm at, Michelle, is we're walking through, you're uploading a video. So you're uploading a video and it's going through this process. It's going through, you put in the details, then you put in the video elements like the end card. So this is actually uploading a video. If you're not currently uploading a video, you're not going to be able to see this right now. Okay, but this is what shows up when you're uploading a video. I hope that clears that up. Okay. All right, and now you can publish and share it. So once you do this, you're going to publish and share it. Once you finish, it's checks, everything will be available to the public, private or unlisted if you want it to be, but you can copy this right here. You use the copy icon. Perfect. Awesome, Michelle. Just hit the copy icon here and you have that link so you can share it right away, immediately on WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, email, however you want to use it to repurpose your content. Okay. Now, YouTube Shorts, you may have heard of Shorts. Those are 60 seconds or less. They are actually given favor in the algorithm, so they show up higher. Now, here's something great that you can do, okay? Think about this for a moment. You do a TikTok or an Instagram Reel. Now you take it and you show it as a short, because not everybody's on those channels, but now it has the opportunity to show up high in Google search. Not only do you show up in YouTube search, but Google search too. So that's a great way for you to repurpose it, and you don't have to do anything different, because Instagram story, even an Instagram reel, may need to be edited down because the reels are now 90 seconds. So it used to be 60 seconds. 60 seconds was great, even 15 seconds for a story, and they've expanded that out. But you can take snippets from there and use it this way here in Shorts. One of the AI programs that I love that does this automatically is Munch app. So it's MUNCH. What I do is I just upload videos there, and I say I want it for TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts, and then it does it in all those formats, and it'll let me know the coherence score, which means how well can that little snippet be understood without seeing the rest of the video. So I, of course, post the ones that all say hi or medium, so I know people will understand that. Make sense? That's one of my many uses of AI, because I like to be able to make the most use of my time and repurpose this. Now, what you can also do, and I'm going to show you this because this is not part of the video. Actually, I'm going to save that to the end, because just I don't want to lose track of time, and I don't want to switch and lose you. So I'm going to save that to the end, and just remind me to do that. But I will show you one really great way to repurpose what you're doing and how to maximize the visibility of all your video, no matter where you created it. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. If you want to learn anything specifically, like you really want to hone this in and really dial up your video marketing and your skill set, then you can go to Creator Academy. It's there at the bottom left-hand corner is that URL. Screenshot this, and do understand that everything here is 100% free. This really walks you through video lessons and worksheets, how to be able to do what you need to do to become even better at your video production and promotion. Now, I told you I would talk a little bit about ads, and I will show some ads at the end. I'd like to save that to the end because I told you I'm a Zoom newbie and I don't want to mess things up and turn something off that I don't need to, because I have a lot of windows on. And I will show those at the end. But let's go through and talk a little bit about ads, because there are certain things that can help you with ads. YouTube ads can be found here, but they're part of Google Ads, and understand that you can still use Google Ads ad platform without having to worry about paying for anything. So with YouTube, you do have to pay, but at certain time points. Let me show you with, I'm actually going to save that here to the side too. Just making decisions on how I want to best present this without losing you. Okay, so when you go to youtube.com/ads, that's how you can get started. You'll see there are several different formats. There are bumper ads. Those are about 6 seconds. Those are non-skippable in-stream ads. So we see that a video won't start until we watch the video, and we never get the opportunity to skip the ad. There are outstream ads. So these are ads that are actually showing up just throughout YouTube in between different things, as well as in our partner organizations and partner companies where Google actually shows ads. There's video discovery ads that are showing up in the feed of YouTube, and there's also in-stream ads, and these are skippable ads where you'll see it show 4 or 5 seconds and then you can skip it. So when we think about our videos that we use for these ads, we can have bite-sized snacks and also meals, so they can be a whole lot longer. So if you think about this, you're telling a 6-second story with a bumper ad. 6 seconds doesn't seem like much, but there's a lot you can do with 6 seconds. You can show your logo, you can show your tagline, you can really do a quick voiceover that gives them the good sound that reinforces what they just saw on video. So it's really nice. Now, for a bumper ad, you're going to pay for the bumper ad for every impression, every visibility that it's showing out there to people, so everyone who has viewed it. But what I like to do is I like to use this ad. So a skippable in-stream ad. Yes, if people watch it all the way to the end, or at least 30 seconds, you're going to have to pay for that. All right. So every time they watch it to that amount, you'll pay for it. But until they watch to that amount, and if they skip your ad, the first 5 seconds you can use like a bumper ad. Put your logo up first, your tagline, and exactly what the benefit is they get from you right there, maybe even your contact information, because if they skip the ad, at least they get that. There's a lot they can register in, and you're not paying for that during that time. So what's nice is you can do a lot of branding and really put that message across in just those first 5 seconds. And what's nice with skippable in-stream ads, they come with this companion banner. You see how this hangs out here on the right-hand side? That makes it super cool because it's hanging there, reminding them to go back to you if they forgot and they veered off, they got a Slack message, a text ping, something happened, and they did not remember exactly what they were doing, but they wanted to come back and see you, or they're reminded, hey, I skipped that ad. It's hanging out there, which is nice. That gives you some good visibility. And again, that's free. The only time you pay for a in-stream skippable ad is when they've watched all 30 seconds of it. Make sense? All right, now I said I'm going to talk about recap and resources, but first, before I go into resources, because I do want to share with you where you can look at things for free in ads to put the keywords together. So those are the words and phrases that you're using in your actual video. And I do want to talk a little bit more about beyond YouTube, but let's go ahead over the recap. Your next steps are either to create your channel, create and upload those videos, or truly customize what you're doing there. So if you've not optimized, I did take the time to go through all of this to give you the opportunity of what needs to be optimized that you may have missed when you first set up your channel. Okay. And it may be you that wants to do this, or you might want to work with a partner, somebody locally who really does know what the requirements are of YouTube and Google to show up well. All right. So let me show you what I wanted to show you first. First, I'm going to take you to new share, which is here. All right. Make that a little bit bigger because I know I'm broadcasting. If Google Ads are of course, are paid, but you can use it for free. Sign up for Google Ads. Don't put your credit card in. Don't be tempted. It'll ask you a million times. Don't worry about it. When you go into Google Ads, so does everybody see the Google Ads platform that I just put up there, Keyword Planner? Hopefully you do. Just let me know in the chat box. When you click on the gear icon, not the gear, the wrench icon up here, tools and settings, that's where you'll find Keyword Planner. Does everybody see that? Just let me know because I wasn't sure. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Carla. I appreciate it. When you click here, now you can discover new keywords. So you can click on this. I know there's a lot of paid services that provide this, but I'm all about free or small fee. And if somebody wants to drop their website address here in the chat, I'm going to show you what keywords you can see that people can that you can use for your descriptions, even the descriptions of your YouTube videos. These are words that people are searching for, so they're relevant. It's much easier and better if you showcase where people already have their eyeballs and their attention, as opposed to try to get somebody to look over here. It takes a tremendous amount of time, energy, and money when people are looking here to get them to look over here. So nobody wants to share their website with me? All right, I got it. Perfect. Carla, you're on. Thank you, Carla. I appreciate you being so on the spot, ready to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a website, and then I'm just going to paste Carla's website there. And now I'm going to get results. So as I look here, these are some of the keywords that it's finding just from your site. Not a lot of keywords. So that's a telltale sign to you, Carla. What is your industry and what's your business? I'm going to take it back and go from instead of just the website, I'm going to go with some of the keywords. Tell me what your business is, Carla. I would love to know. Okay, just let me know in the chat box. But you can see from your website, if it's not pulling any keywords, that means you've got low visibility. And you really need to look at, okay, thank you, foster care, case management. Okay, youth aging out of foster care. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to try that first and put that here, okay? All right, so now there are more keywords just looking at youth aging out of foster care. What I'm looking for are, let's see, I'm going to look at, there's 48 pages. You see it down here. I'm just going to want it to bring everything up to me. I'm looking for the mediums. You see the mediums? What that means in Google ad competition, it means you're going to pay a little bit more for visibility, but we're not doing this for paid. We're looking for keywords. So what medium means is that there are a lot of eyeballs looking here, and then you have a chance to show up and be seen by these eyeballs if you use these words. If I was doing ads, then it's a great way to be seen by ads. And this is what you will pay when people click on that ad. So there's search ads, which are pay-per-click or pay-per-call, or YouTube ads, which are paid by impressions. So it's a little bit different. But if I was doing a YouTube ad, I might want to use these words. I don't want to use the low words, even though they're low, because that means that a lot of people aren't searching for that. And that could be a problem because I could be using those words showing up high, but nobody's looking, just crickets. Okay. So as I'm looking here, I might even look to see if there are any high words. I don't see any high words, which is great. Sometimes I don't go for the high words because there's so much competition there. There's not even a chance for me to show up in the first 10 organic search results. And it's really important for you to show up there, not just in YouTube, but also in search, because if you don't, then people don't know you exist. And if they don't know you exist, they can't do business with you. Make sense? All right, so I just wanted to show you that with a keyword planner. I am now, let me see, going to go to another tool. Okay, let me show you this tool. I don't know if you know this, but YouTube has automatic captioning. So do you see automatic captioning YouTube? Just let me know in the chat box. Since I'm a Zoom newbie, I need that reassurance that you're just not looking at me. Okay, just let me know if you see automatic captioning YouTube is what should say at the top. Okay, perfect, Stephanie, thank you. So you'll see when you're on YouTube and you've got a video up, you can click on the gear settings here to auto translate, and you can also put closed captioning. Remember what I said about people have their voice, their actual audio off, so they don't hear anything. They're looking and reading and making decisions from what they see on the screen. Give them a little bit more context, okay? Now, I'm actually pulling this from another Google presentation that I do, but it's important to us because we're talking about video and beyond. So what you can do is you can download the transcripts of this, right? And use that in any of your videos. It's nice because you can use it in your description. And understand, one of the things to optimize your YouTube channel is just that, being able to actually use what's known as timestamps. You can either use the automated timestamp they provide, or you can put your own timestamps using those words, but put at least 3, and that helps get you optimized also. All right, let me see here. You have that same option in Vimeo. So if you're using Vimeo for your videos, you can automate your closed captions and downloads and use those. In TEDx, the same thing. Look at the subtitles, use those. In TikTok, it's automatic. Go ahead and download those. If you put it on a video with your Instagram reel, then it also comes with the reel. When you download the reel, the music may not, but this will. Okay, so keep that in mind. You have access to all these free tools instead of you having to worry about paid tools. See the automatic transcript that I was talking about that you can download and access? Again, that's 100% free in YouTube. All right, let me stop sharing there and go back to the video or the presentation here. All right. So if you need to learn anything more, feel free to go to this website and get with a Google partner who invited you. So that's Dallas Independent School District, Midland and Minority and Women Business Enterprise. I guess I've got Midland on my mind. I live here, but I've got it on my mind. So Dallas Independent School District, Veteran Women's Enterprise Center, SCORE Austin, and the Rockwell County Library. So let me take you through a quick scenario, okay? Because I just helped a business do this, and I want you to think about it, because what they're doing is they're using Amazon, and they're doing Amazon Lives to showcase their products, right? Because they have a product base. But even if you weren't using Amazon, you're using something else to showcase your service. Let's say you're a consultant. This is what they're doing, or what they're about to do. They're actually putting their plans to this, because we talked about that this morning. They're going to do an Amazon Live and have a recording of it and stream it everywhere using Restream.io, because if you use Restream.io, that actually streams from Amazon or YouTube. It can go from any channel, wherever you're streaming live, and broadcast to every live platform you have simultaneously. They're recording that as well. As they record that, what they'll do then is take that recording, load it into the Munch app, go ahead and put it into little sound bites that'll work for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Reels, and Stories. They'll snippet that out. They'll also strip the audio from it. Now, do know we are in a voice search age, not just video search, but voice search. So what they'll also do is download the audio from that. That audio can be uploaded to Spotify and Apple Tunes, making you searchable there in a quick podcast that you're spending nothing more than what you already did in your live video. Now, even there, they take that transcript, they load it into ChatGPT, OpenAI, let it rewrite an article. Now they go in and customize that, because never go with just an AI article. Always personalize that, right? Because this is what makes us so unique. We are people. right? And we are able to put that unique spin and that unique viewpoint that AI can't do for us, but at least it can help us be superhuman by doing some of the research for us. Now they spin that and they have that in a blog post, in email. They can turn it into Twitter threads, Twitter tweets, this all coming from one live video. I'm a big fan of repurpose and curate what you've already created. If I've been helpful to you today, I would appreciate a review. Again, you don't have to, it's an option. I just love hearing if this was helpful to you. And again, if you want a copy of today's slides, this is where you find it. We're at the top of the hour, so I apologize that I took so long. I'm super excited about sharing with you exactly how you can repurpose content, but I really hope that helped you be able to take it from video and beyond. And of course, you'll have all of this available to you within 24 hours. I will really try hard tonight, and you can meet me here. Feel free to use any of these tools, but the fastest way to find me anytime is bit.ly/find Maria, and it will find me and we will connect, and I look forward to it. So Stephanie, Carla, thank you for the thank yous. How you can thank me is letting me know how you applied what you learned, because knowledge is not powerful until it is applied. How are you going to apply and use the time that we spent here today to your advantage and to grow your business? I would love to always have the opportunity to do virtual celebrations with you on social, just to know that you really took action on what you did. Okay, so I want to say thank you to our amazing Google partners. Now I'm going to hang out here. I know the Google partners may need to go, but I'll hang out for just a few moments. If anybody has any questions before I sign off, I am going to stop the recording as I